Today we're going to learn about consults and more specifically the specialists who are completing consults. I want to discuss that with you. I try to train everybody that comes in that completes consults to go to the consults tab itself instead of going to the progress notes tab to complete consults. That way you will complete the correct one versus accidentally doing a clinic note, which does not complete the consult. Now, some of the more important reasons for completing a consult correctly using a consult note title is if you use a clinic note, the consult remains open. The ordering provider does not receive a notification that the consult has been completed with your recommendations, nor does it update the Alta CHCS EMR. So for everything to be updated correctly and everybody notified, please always go to the consults tab and select your consult that you will be completing there. If you must be on the progress notes tab, when you click on a new note and you select the appropriate visit, so I'm going to choose the smoking cessation output. If I didn't, say I chose something else, just a cessation note itself, I'm going to get this warning, are you sure you want to use this particular title? And the reason why is because there's an open consult, and that should be a little light bulb going off that, oh, I have an open consult, I should be using a different title. So I'm going to say, no, I don't want to do that, and you would want to proceed with the smoking cessation outpatient consult title. But let's go back to the consults tab itself. It's much easier to complete the consult there and choose the appropriate title. Okay, so to complete a consult, you would select your consult from the left upper hand area. You can see this one is in a pending status. So we have smoking cessation inpatient consult here. To properly complete a consult, we would go to Action, Consult Results, Complete Update, and then you would type in the appropriate title, smoking, and then you can see we have a smoking inpatient consult, so we want to select the smoking cessation inpatient consult reply. That way everything maps up correctly. You would say okay, and then here you would complete your consult and what your recommendations are. Some consult templates do have, or some consult notes do have templates. This one is a free text field. So you would type in your results. When you are done, you can right mouse click and then choose to sign your note now. Type in your signature code and then state OK. Now this consult you can see has updated to complete, and the ordering provider, if we click on it here, so after I've signed my note, here is the provider. The ordering provider, which you can see here, Angelo De Guzman, will then get a view alert stating that the consult has been completed, and he can go back and read my recommendations. Also, if this is a DoD person, someone can then open up Alta and review the clinical notes where my recommendations will show up on the Alta CHCS medical record. Now, a little bit more about when you're ordering consults. Initially, when you order a consult, you are going to be asked if is this a stat or a routine consult. If is it a stat consult, you have to notify the receiving service first, discuss it with them. Then with their permission, you can order it as stat, and you will be required to state in the consult itself who you spoke with in the receiving service. A stat consult should be completed within 24 hours. This is why they receive a warm handoff letting them know there is one coming their way. When you're also ordering a consult, you're going to need to enter in a clinically indicated date. That date, if it is a stat consult, would be today's date. However, if it is not a stat consult, please do not select today as the clinically indicated date. You would want to say maybe that is in 14 days. At that point is when our MSAs will attempt to start scheduling that consult. Once you've ordered a consult, a team of people are notified that they have a new consult for their service. They will receive in the consult within 48 business hours, and then if appropriate, it will be reviewed by the specialist, and if appropriate, will be attempted to schedule in their clinic. Scheduling should take place within 7 days of receiving that consult, married up along with the clinically indicated date and the patient's preferences for being seen. Once the patient's appointment is scheduled in VSC or Vista Scheduling Enhancement, the consult status is then updated to a scheduled status, and the date and the time of the appointment will appear in the consult facility activity area where you see that right here. After a consult has been completed correctly, you will see the status as complete, and as I mentioned earlier, everybody is notified that it has been completed and can review the recommendations.